Shalom, Israel. It is us, I&E, the Israelites, not the Equalites. We are here again with Wednesday Night Delight. And it is always a delight and a pleasure and an honor to be before you and the Most High God so we can learn this lesson in the Bible together. No big eyes, little U's, nobody no smart, nobody else, because we don't play that smart stuff. God give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And that's what we should be seeking. Right along with the kingdom. And so tonight we have with us our sister Hunaya.
Shalom, family.
Our brother, the young king down there, Uran.
Shalom, Israel.
And I am your brother Shem. What's the lesson title?
Wickedness in the house.
What is the title?
Wickedness in the house.
The title of the lesson tonight is Wickedness in the House.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have scriptures in the Bible that tell us that, certain things going to happen. And the reason why these things are happening because God is tired and he gave you up for a reprobate mind to be however way you want to in them wicked houses that you live in. Not saying you guys necessarily, but people as a whole in general. Okay? And so we want to make sure that we bring out some of these scriptures because everybody holler about I'm a man, but you're not a man if you can't straighten out what's going on wrong in your house. So you're not a man. You look like one, but you might have something inside of you. No security in you to be able to speak the truth to people because you worry about people's feelings instead of what God says. But we're going to bring these scriptures out this evening. Does anyone have anything they would like to say?
Hit that subscribe button. And giving all praise to the Most High. Hit that subscribe button and share the videos and give us a thumbs up.
Oh, great.
Yes.
To the Most High.
Most High.
Thank God for another day, brothers and sisters. Have you guys thanked him today for another day? Can't take it for granted because you don't know what day or hour the Most High is going to tap you on your shoulder. So you need to be practicing the righteous acts over there in Judges 5 and 11. All right, my brother, come on.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not thine.
Wait a minute. Start at verse 33 first.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
See, when you don't stand up for what's right, you deny them Yahweh Shah. Come on.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
I didn't come to send peace on earth.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
But a sword, a punishment. Come on, sister.
Yes. Matthew chapter 10, verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell my Father in heaven that I don't know the person who tells others that he doesn't know.
That's right.
34.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that I came to bring peace to earth.
He said, don't think that I came to bring this peace.
I didn't come to bring peace.
I didn't come to bring no peace, brothers and sisters.
But conflict.
But what?
Conflict.
But conflict. And that's what's going on in the house today, brothers and sisters. Conflict. Why is it conflict? Because no solid foundation has been set. No one, the man in the house, then turned to the woman in the house. Frankly speaking, that's the way it is. Effeminization is going on rapidly over here in America. And a lot of brothers, they're taking heed to it. Because you know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. Happy God, happy life. Happy Yahweh Shah, happy life. Ain't nobody know happy. That's what they tell you in the church and what the secular world tell you. But God did not say none of that stuff. There's no scripture in the Bible that says that. All these things are concocted up by your oppressor. And you continue to believe everything that they say. And it's not true. Come on.
Luke chapter 12.
Matthew 10. Yeah, you're right.
35. Second Matthew.
Matthew 10, 35, bro. It's the same page.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 35.
Mm-hmm.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father,
Come to cause commotion in that between a man and his father.
and the daughter against her mother,
Same thing with the daughter and the mother.
and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
You know what? How many daughter-in-laws love the mother-in-law? Or how many son-in-laws love the father-in-law or the mother-in-law? It's like almost like you got to try to pick somebody who your parents don't like instead of who you like, instead of who you want to be with. That's why a lot of things don't work, especially with people that have a little money and they grew up with a little money and stuff. That runs rapid in their families. Come on.
Yes. Matthew chapter 10, verse 35.
Uh-huh.
I came to turn a man against his father,
He said he came to turn a man against his father,
a daughter against her mother.
a daughter against her mother. Don't you? What you see in these houses? You see these kids beating up these parents today. You see these kids, and you know why? Because they sit back, they smoke blunts with them, they drink with them, they make them their best friend, and now you can't tell them nothing because you've been treating them like your equal instead of your child.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is today. Mom and grandmama, boyfriend just as young as the daughters. Living in competition with dress just as short, pants just as tight. So much weave in her hair. When are you going to come back to the Most High God and start keeping our real traditions and customs and stuff? When are we going to start doing that? What's so hard about being able to do that? It's not hard. We make it hard because in our subconscious mind, we say, I'm going to keep up the Jones. I want to be like everybody else. Come on, sister.
Yes. A daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
And a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. God tells us over in the book of Zechariah, chapter 2 and 1. Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather together. But he knew that we wasn't going to do that. That's why he wrote this right here. He knew when he was writing it. He knew when he thunked it. He knew when he gave it to the men to put it out there. He knew that we weren't going to do that. And what happened? He gave us up for what? Reprobate mind, to do whatever it is that we choose to do. And we choose confusion, commotion, divisiveness. We choose all of those things, but we don't choose the way that God wants us to go. And then we ask ourselves, wonder why this is going on? Because you got to do a self-examination. When you start examining yourself, really, you start seeing the flaws and things that are your fault, but you're always trying to put them on other people. You don't see this stuff in your eyes, but you see it in everybody else's eyes. Yeah. You know? Come on, brother.
Luke chapter 12, verse 51.
Wait a minute. Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Come on, brother.
Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
Come on.
I tell you, nay.
No, I don't come to give peace on earth.
But rather division.
But rather what, brother?
But rather division.
I come to give division. Come on.
For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divide 3 against 2, and 2 against 3.
You see, because that's what's going on in the houses. Divisiveness. Come on.
The father shall be divided against the son.
The father's going to be against the son. You find a lot of sons and everything, and sons and fathers killing each other. If you listen to the news or watch the news, you see a lot of that. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters killing one another. Come on.
and the son against the father,
Mm-hmm.
the mother against the daughter,
Come on, brother.
and the daughter against the mother,
Read.
the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law,
The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law,
and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. You better not touch my son. You better not mistreat my son. You better not say nothing wrong to my son. Because then she gonna what? Without any investigation, she gonna go and she gonna what? Take her son's side. And that's why you're supposed to stay out of people, grown folks' business. You say once you get married, y'all become one. And you're gonna leave your father's house and y'all gonna become one. That's why family, mamas and all that and daddies need to stay out their children's relationships. It's hard enough time to deal with your own. But you always want to stick your nose someplace else when a woman have problem with your son or your son have problem with somebody's daughter. It's never your son. It's always the outsider. Because I don't care how much you get married and how much people say they love you, this and that. You are outsider. You are an outsider. Wait till something happens and you'll see how much you're an outsider. But it's hard to tell because the insiders are causing just as much commotion as the outsiders. And the pair look just alike. So you really can't tell the difference between the two because they all have the same activity. You see? Come on.
Luke chapter 12, verse 51.
All praises, Brother Neil Green, for being in class. We thank the Most High God for you, brother. Come on.
Do you think I came to bring peace to earth?
This is a question that's being asked. Do you think I came to bring peace on the earth?
No.
No.
I can guarantee
Or he said he can guarantee
that I came to bring nothing but division.
nothing but division.
From now on, a family of 5 will be divided. 3 will be divided against 2, and 2 against 3.
Yep, that's what the Bible say.
53. A father will be against his son.
The father would be what, sister?
Against his son.
The father would be against his son.
And a son against his father.
And a son against his father.
A mother will be against her daughter.
Likewise, the mother same way towards her daughter.
And a daughter against her mother.
You see, God knew that this was going to happen. He knew that they were going to be this way. That's why it's written. It's written. There's going to be a lot of this going on as the time and the years go on and you keep waking up. You're going to see a lot of this more and more each day because that's the way that the Most High God has fashioned it. He's fashioned it to be this way because there is no togetherness. There is no unity. There is no love in the wicked house. Like I say, a man ain't a man unless he correct the wrong that's being done in his house. Can't say, man, if you're going for that, it's women everywhere. You can get a woman, like you can go to the store and get a soda water or reach in your refrigerator and get a bottle of water. Please and satisfy God. Not the people and the principles of this world, but please God. Because my wife can't get me there, my son can't get me there, and I can't get them there. But collectively, we can teach each other and talk to each other and set a pattern to show each other what it takes. And it has to be with consistency. There can't be no falling off. There can't be no falling away. It has to be straight right there on it. You got to show God something. You can't talk to God about something. You got to show God something. It's just like 5 and 3 over there in 1 John. You can't show him no love unless you obey him. That's the only way you're going to be able to show him something. Other than that, it's not happening. You can say you're in the truth all you want to. Being in the truth and living the truth is totally different. Because if you are not checking things that's supposed to be corrected, how do you think you're going to make it to the kingdom? A lot of people get angry when I speak like this, but I'm speaking what the Bible say. I'm speaking what the Most High God said. How you think you're gonna make it to the kingdom? You ain't, ain't special. We all got to go overboard in order to try to get the kingdom. There ain't no candy, no prizes. Christmas, we don't deal with Christmas. We don't deal with no Kwanzaa like they celebrate now. Kwanzaa. Get that junk out of here. Always something to make folk look down on themselves and all the things that the atrocities and stuff that the oppressor has done to you. Look up from where the hills come, which cometh your Lord, who gave what? The heavens and the earth. Come on, brother. Come on, sister.
A mother-in-law will be against her daughter-in-law, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
And a daughter-in-law against what?
Her mother-in-law.
It's going to be that way. Why do you think they call them in-laws? They should be calling them outlaws, because they'll outlaw you just as soon as you make them mad, but as long as you make them smile and you're giving them this and that and you're going overboard to go over to fix their car, or you're bringing stuff over there when you and her daughter, you and her son come over there, whatever, boy, they love you. But don't you go empty-handed when there's commotion going on. They'll include you right in the commotion, and but because you ran right into it. Wake up. Be aware of your surroundings before you get there. People set patterns, and we have to pay attention how the way they live and what they do. Especially when they have a blunt or they start to drinking a little bit, things change. That's why we stay at home. Come on.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 28.
25 and 28. Come on, my brother.
And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob.
See, it was going on way back there. It ain't just started, brothers and sisters. Read it again, my brother.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau.
Isaac loved Esau, the white man. Come on.
Because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob.
Rebekah loved that brother. And see, there was turmoil, and there was differences, and there was divisiveness, and all that kind of stuff that was going on way back there in the beginning of the Bible. So these things, like they say, there's nothing new under the sun. This stuff has been done thousands and thousands of years ago. Like they tell you over there in the book of Ecclesiastes, over in chapter 3, there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing. Everything that you see or whatever, it has happened before. There is nothing new under the sun. Come on.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 28. Because Isaac liked to eat. Because Isaac liked to eat the meat of wild animals.
See? It's the same thing they do today. They like their food raw, and they love going out there eating possum, coon, rats, snakes, all that kind of stuff. They love that stuff. Read it from the beginning again, sister.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 28. Because Isaac liked to eat the meat of wild animals, he loved Esau. However, Rebekah loved Jacob.
Rebekah loved who?
Jacob.
Rebekah loved. Read that scripture one more time for me, sister.
Because Isaac liked to eat the meat of wild animals, he loved Esau.
He loved Esau.
However, Rebekah loved Jacob.
Rebekah loved Jacob. You see, there's nothing in these houses that's going on that hasn't been going on. But God give us this word to correct us so that we can live in harmony, so we can live at peace. But it starts out that you got to train a child up in this word. And when you train this child up in this word, they won't tarry away from it. Come on.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4.
Come on, brother.
And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath.
Fathers, don't provoke your children. If you're sitting out there smoking a cigarette or whatever, this or that, you can't go around and tell your child, oh, you can't be doing that. Them people, they're grown now. You can't be doing that. How can you tell them not to do it and you doing it and you don't cause controversy? You don't cause an argument. You don't cause turmoil. But they say children do what? Fathers do what?
Ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath.
Fathers, provoke not your children to wrath. See, you got to know how to not provoke your children. If you had taught them the way that they should have been taught from the beginning, when they were young, it would be all right because they would understand. But sometimes people wait till they get older and they come into the truth in their latter years, and it's hard to change the narrative. It's hard to change it. Come on.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Fathers, don't make your children bitter about life.
Don't make them bitter about life.
Instead, bring them up in Christian discipline.
Wait a minute. Do what?
Bring them up in Christian discipline.
No, give them a pair of booty shorts and let them go to the club.
Christian discipline.
Bring them up in Christian discipline.
And instruction.
And instruction. Teaching them early the word of the Most High God. That's what it's all about. It's not about anything else. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 20.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
A wise son maketh a glad father.
The Bible say, what kind of son?
A wise son.
A wise son does what, brother?
Maketh a glad father.
Make a father glad, make him happy. Come on.
But a foolish man despiseth his mother.
But a foolish man despises his mother. Oh, he just like you. All this and all that. Now, read that again. The son is being the way that the father, it makes the father pleasing. But he's not doing that as far as the woman. So what is going on? What is wrong? Something is wrong here, brothers and sisters. Somebody is saying something about mama. Somebody is saying something to the son about mama because he's trying to please father, but he ain't trying to please mama. Why is he not trying to please mama? Because daddy teach mama, and mama supposed to be teaching the children the word. Why daddy go out there and make that money? But they didn't say it now that things are 50-50, 50-50, 50-50. There ain't no 50-50. I don't care if I'm sitting at home and I ain't got a nickel. Ain't no 50-50 if I'm doing it the way that God say I should do it. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
A wise son makes his father happy, but a foolish child despises its mother.
A foolish child despises his mother, but that other child does what, sister?
A wise son.
A wise son
makes his father happy.
Makes his father happy.
But a foolish child despises its mother.
But a foolish child rebels against his mother. You see? It's sad commentary, brothers and sisters. Come on, my brother.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Train up a child.
Wait a minute. What did the Bible just say?
Train up a child.
That's what I just said. You got to train up a child. Read.
In a way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Train him up, brothers and sisters. You got to whoop that behind. You got to punish him. You got to do all these things. Ain't no time out. I got whooped. I'm still living. It helped me. I'm telling you, brothers, it helped me. So I don't care nothing about what this society, this new wave stuff is. Go in the closet and put your face against the wall and a time out. No, a time out to get your butt whooped. That's what time it is. Time to get your butt whooped. Come on.
The rich ruleth.
Come on, sister.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Train a child in the way he should go.
Train a child in the way that they should live their lives.
And even when he is old,
even when he get old up in years, an aged man or aged woman, come on,
he will not turn away from it.
He will not turn away from it because he know what this truth is.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of us, we are at a disadvantage because we didn't know what the truth was. How could we teach our children when we didn't know what the truth was? But when we did learn what the truth is, we should have been advantageous about making sure that our family members, our immediate family especially, the one that's up under your roof, got it, and start to changing so that God can start working with them. That's what it's all about, brothers and sisters. It's never too late because we serve a mighty God. We serve a God where all things are possible. So there's no excuse. But on that day, you're going to wish you had her. You're going to wish you had her. And then don't let these children be the death of you. You 40, 50 years old, you got gray hair and gray beards and everything. You still a youngster. They word you to death. They do all right with dad, some of them. But they do things to mom. Because mom has been put in a different position today. Moms don't get the respect that's due to them today because of what? What they like to do. They change from the natural way. So have the brothers. Change from the natural way, and they start to follow in the ways and the examples of the world instead of the ways of God. And that's not going to never mix with God. Come on.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 13.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 13. Come on, brother.
Forbearing one another, for forgiving one another.
That's what is hard in our society today, to forgive one another. Come on.
If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Hamakia forgive you, so also do ye.
What you got?
Oh, you finished 13?
Colossians 3 and 13?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to read. Let's see here. Read 16 for me, brother.
Verse 16. Let the word of Hamakia dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in songs, in hymns, in spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord.
To who?
To the Lord.
You got to please the Most High God. He ain't about pleasing nobody else. You got to learn how to please God first. Then, if you're pleasing God and these people are showing you the examples of God and his son, then you can start pleasing him. But if not, you're going against the Most High God. How you going to get back there? How you going to get back to the Most High? Because now you think you done your duty. You ain't got nothing else to do. I done please God. And you know what I'm saying? No, it's a constant thing. It's a lifestyle that we have to live, following the examples of the Most High God and his son.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 13. Put up with each other.
Put up with each other.
And forgive each other.
And forgive one another.
If anyone has a complaint.
If anyone has a complaint, forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Now read 16. Go ahead.
Forgive as the Lord forgave you.
Forgive as the Lord forgave you. That's what a lot of people can't get what God have for them, because they can't forgive people their sins or their trespasses. You know what I'm saying? But they want God to forgive them, which he has already done when he died on the cross for the remission of our sins, Israel.
16. Let Hamakiah's word with all its wisdom and richness live in you.
Let his word live in you. That means you got to walk what this says. That's what it means. You got to walk what this word says, brothers and sisters.
Use songs, hymns, and spiritual songs. To teach and instruct. Yourselves about Yahweh's kindness.
Not nobody else. But you got to teach and instruct yourself to learn about God's kindness. You see? We're too busy trying to do something to teach somebody else. Sometimes we got to teach ourselves. How we teach ourselves? By keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, so he can make this word clear and plain and simple for you. If not, it's going to cause confusion. It's going to be like parables. But when you got the Most High's word on you, and him in you, none of this stuff is hard. None of it's hard. It's easy. It's none is hard, brothers and sisters. Come on.
Sing to Yahweh in your hearts.
Sing to him in your mind. See what I'm saying? You got to keep your mind on him day and night.
Yep.
You got to meditate on him day and night. Sing to him. Meditate on him. Show God. See, we got to quit being people that hear the word. Everybody, people go to church. They hear, sometimes they hear the word. But you got to be doers of the word. Over there in James 1:22. You got to be doers of the word. Not hearers only. Deceiving what? Yourself. Sad. Come on, y'all.
Joshua chapter 24, verse 15.
Wait a minute. Joshua what? 24 and 15?
Yeah.
Come on, my brother. Now, this one right here is an old scripture that was repeated for people long, many hundreds of years ago. This scripture was spoken. The slaves spoke this when they was out there in the wilderness, when they was in the cotton field and the cornfields and stuff. This scripture, what they spoke. Come on.
And if it seem evil unto you.
And if it seem evil unto you.
To serve the Lord.
To do what?
To serve the Lord.
If it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord.
Choose you this day.
Choose you this day.
Whom ye will serve.
Who you gonna serve?
Whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites,
come on,
in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house,
what we gonna do?
We will serve the Lord.
That's what they were saying. How they was in this strange land out there in the cotton field and picking corn, sugar cane, tobacco, all that stuff. No matter what they was going through, they didn't bow down and start serving that other God. They said, as for me and my house, we're going to do what, brother?
We will serve the Lord.
We're going to serve the Lord. That's what it's about. No matter what we're going through, no matter the atrocities of anything that's going on against us, we got to serve the Lord. Because he's the only one that can get us out of those adverse situations. No one else can do it. Everybody that they try to do it, they dead. But God still lives. See? Come on, sister.
Joshua chapter 24, verse 15.
Come on.
But if you don't want to serve the Lord.
If you don't want to serve the Lord. Now, this is for you, brothers and sisters. If you don't want to serve the Lord, if you want to play with this truth, if you don't want to serve the Lord,
then choose today.
Then choose today what, sister?
Whom you will serve.
Whom you going to serve. Because you can't serve two masters. Come on.
Even if you choose the gods, that's little g, gods your ancestors served.
Them little gods. Those gods that had eyes couldn't see, ears can't hear, mouth can't talk, nose can't smell. None of those. Those gods had no power.
On the other side of the Euphrates are the gods of the Amorites in whose land you live. My family and I will serve the Lord.
My family and I, we going to serve the Lord. No matter where we at. No matter what God you serving, you go right ahead on and serve that little G God. That God. That's why in the scriptures he tell you, he say, no, don't ask me for nothing. He said, go ask those gods for something. Go ask those gods to help you. Then you have a nerve to get mad with God because God don't want to hear your mess. God ain't blessing no mess. That's a total fact.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 29.
Come on.
He that troubleth his own house.
Wait a minute. He that troubleth his own house. A lot of times, brothers and sisters, people think that the one that's causing the commotion is the one that's troubling the house. The one that's letting commotion go on is the one that's troubling his house. Come on.
Shall inherit the wind.
Shall inherit the wind.
And the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart.
And the fool shall be what, brother?
Shall be servant to the wise of heart.
And a fool should be a servant of the wise at heart. See, you got to get what these scriptures are saying. In the totality, you got to understand them. You can't understand a little bit and want to add what you think it is. You got to say what these scriptures are saying. Sometimes it varies by what it's saying, but God will give it to you if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing for him. We can't just be acting like we don't know nothing. We can't be acting like we don't want to learn nothing. We can't be acting like we can't be corrected. That'll tear your house down when you can't be corrected. Somebody need to correct us, Israel, so we can come out of this calamity that we're in. Somebody need to correct us. Or else we're going to die right here in America. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 29. Whoever brings trouble upon his family
Whoever brings trouble upon his family
inherits only wind.
Inherits only wind. Nothing. It ain't going to merit you nothing.
And that stubborn fool becomes a slave to the wise in heart.
And that's what, sister?
See, that fool becomes a slave to the wise in heart.
Becomes a slave to the wise in heart. Just like the wind. Blowing in the wind. Blow. Just blow. Wind. Like chaff. Once you blow, you don't know where it's at because there's so much down there that look like it. And that's what you become. You become like the world ways in the world and the people of this world. You have to establish your identity, what your true identity is. Your true identity is Israel, and you're standing up for the Most High God, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh. That's what it's supposed to be all about. It's not supposed to be about anything else. You got to get it right. Time is running out. You can't keep saying, well, I'm going to get it together. No, you got to get it together yesterday. Come on.
Luke chapter 12, verse 53.
Come on, brother.
The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father.
Read on.
The mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter against her daughter-in-law.
See, it's in the Old Testament, and now it's in the New Testament as well. You see, this Bible is very, very repetitive, brothers and sisters. It repeats itself over and over. Because like God knew, and He wrote this about the separation, divisiveness in the houses, He knew what was going on and what was going to happen. And so He's governing according to our actions. Come on.
Luke chapter 12, verse 53. A father will be against his son, and a son against his father.
That's what the Bible say.
A mother will be against her daughter, and a daughter against her mother.
A daughter against her mother.
A mother-in-law will be against her daughter-in-law.
Wow.
And a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
And a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. That's family. Ain't that family, y'all?
Wow.
Family don't stand for nothing but trouble these days.
Yep.
You know, when I was a youngster, coming up, man, I used to love to get to my aunties and my uncle houses and everything, you know. And they couldn't wait to get to our house because we had true love and unity amongst ourselves. It was no jealousy and all that stuff. If we didn't have a car, we didn't have to worry about it because somebody else in our family had a car, and anywhere we need to go, they was right there to take us. And the same is for us. But today, I need some gas money. I'm tired of it, man. I'm asleep. But what if the shoe was on the other foot? How would you feel? That's what we have to think about. We got to think about how would we feel if we asked someone to do something for us, knowing they got the power to do it, and they don't do it. But they say they family now. Say they family. Family, that's what family do to you. Those ones that you holler about, well, we got the same mom and the same daddy. The Bible say that only the ones that love God and obey Him, those are my brothers and my mamas and my sisters. You see, it ain't have nothing to do with no blood. It has something to do with the spirit. I can tell you all the time. John 6:63. You might get tired of hearing me say it, but it's the spirit that's quickeneth. The flesh don't profit nothing. See, we start to understand and start doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. Because we're going to miss out on something that's meant for us. The kingdom. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17.
Read.
A friend loveth at all times.
Wait a minute. I'm broke.
A friend loveth at all times.
I need to borrow a few bucks.
A friend loveth at all times.
Can you give me a ride?
A friend loveth at all times.
Come on.
And a brother is born for adversity.
And a brother is born for adversity. See? You see? Brother's born for that. Come on, sister.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17.
You read what the Bible says?
A friend always loves.
A friend always loves. See, a lot of people don't understand what a friend is. They think somebody,
Excuse me.
and they know they wrong, or they may not know they wrong, and somebody is band-aiding them and condoning what they do. They think that's their friend. But that's really not your friend. That's really your enemy. Because they know down that line somewhere it's going to catch up with you. Come on, sister.
Yes. A friend always loves, and a brother is born to share trouble.
And a brother is born to share trouble. But a friend. See, that's why, a lot of people holler about friend. You better make sure that you know who your friend is. You holler about a friend, a friend, a friend. I'm a witness. I'm a witness, brothers and sisters, that, people holler about friends. That's a powerful and strong word. And it's handled not with care. It's handled very carelessly. You better know who your friend is. And you won't have to worry about being in that adversity with your brother. Commotion. Not getting along. Somebody can get hurt and killed like we see today. Come on.
Paul, Genesis chapter 2, verse 24.
Come on, brother.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
They shall be one flesh. See, it's a well for a man. See, a man gonna leave his mother and father. How gonna leave all that arguing and all that quarreling and all that stuff alone? And he gonna get with his wife. And then they gonna what? They're gonna become what? One flesh. But long as they stay in that house with them brothers and sisters and mom and daddy, they're gonna continue to go through what they go through. But if she find her a man, if a man find a woman, they say that's a good thing. Take her out that house and form that unity with that lady the way that God did with the church. That's what we got to do, brothers and sisters. And you ain't got to never worry about no divorcing, no killing, no wife beating, none of that stuff. You won't have to worry about that if you do what the Bible instructs a man to do. Read that, sister.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
That is why a man will leave his father and mother.
That's why he'll leave his mother and father
and mother, and will be united with his wife.
And will be united with his wife. They're going to not have the same ways of that house that they come out of. They're going to start something new. And they're going to have children. And they're going to train them up in the word of God.
And they will become one flesh.
And they're going to become one flesh. Ain't no 50-50. Ain't no I'm doing this and I'm doing that. No, they're going to become one flesh. What is one flesh? One mind. What is the other flesh? The right mind. One mind and the right mind.
One spirit.
One spirit. because you are serving one Lord. You see? Come on.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 27.
Proverbs 15 and 27. Huh?
He that is greedy and of gain
He that is greedy of gain
troubleth his own house.
troubleth his own house.
But he that hateth gifts shall live.
See, because can't nobody buy you. You know? They say a gift spoil the heart. Messed up the mind. Read it again, brother.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 28,
Uh-huh.
verse 27. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house.
He that is greedy in gain, he does what to his own house?
Gain of trouble his own house. But he that hateth gifts shall live.
Can't be what? Bought. Can't be bought with nothing. Nothing can turn you away. Nothing can turn you around. That's the same thing that they did to Judah. They gave Judah some pieces of silver. It wasn't even gold. They gave him some silver and he snitched on the Most High's son. See, but if you'd have had that mind that was stayed on the one that he betrayed, that little gift couldn't have destroyed him. See, a lot of free stuff destroy you. Welfare, food stamps, all this stuff, those are gifts to destroy you, to bring your ambition lower because you're sitting, you ain't got to do, well, I ain't got to do nothing. You see? That's what it's all about, brothers and sisters. Come on.
Yes. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 27. Whoever is greedy for unjust gain brings trouble to his family.
Bring trouble where?
To his family.
With what kind of gain?
Unjust gain.
Unjust gain, brothers and sisters. Whether you're a dope dealer, whether you're a pimp, you're a hustler, you bring what to your family?
Trouble.
You bring trouble to your family. Because now you're a role model. See? But now people are being a role model, looking at you in the wrong way. But they're thinking that it's something good because it's your green, it's your money. Very manipulative and deceitful ways that this society has concocted up all these different ways to destroy us. And we continue to go forward. That's why they keep doing it. Come on.
But whoever hates bribes will live.
But whoever hate what, sister?
Bribes.
Whoever hate bribes, they live. Because they can't be bought. You see, they can't be bought. But there's a lot of people who can be brought. There's a lot of brothers and sisters in the penitentiary and dead right now for people bearing false witness because they say, "I'll give you this if you say they did that." Who gonna know that you ain't telling the truth? God. See, that's what they leave him out the equation every time. And he's the author, finishing, thinker, and know of all things. And he's gonna punish your behind for those wicked ways. Wickedness in the house.
They have it set up now. You do it, what, that announcement call?
Oh yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah. They want you to get on TV and snitch because they can't afford to pay the police, so they want you to snitch. They'll give you a little money to tell. What they call it? I can't think of it. They talk about it every night on 10 o'clock news. You know, but they be wanting to give you a gift. They give you a gift to snitch. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Proverbs 6 and 20.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 20.
Come on.
My son, keep thy father's commandments.
Keep thy father's commandments.
And forsake not the law of thy mother.
See, because it goes hand in hand. Ain't no son got no business just trying to please his father while he disappoint his mother. See, if everybody's in their house and they loving one another, everybody gonna please each other. They gonna make sure that everybody doing what they supposed to be doing. They have respect for one another. You see, but that's not being taught. It's being taught. I got mine, you get yours. That's what it's all about. Come on.
Yes. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 20.
Come on, sister.
My son, obey the command of your father, and do not disregard the teachings of your mother.
Don't disregard the teachings of your mother. You see? Because when you do, it's death. It say, honor your mother and father, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth. Why you think you see all these young people out here dying out here? Why you think you see 13, 14, 15-year-old kids out here homeless? It's a curse.
Yeah.
When are we going to break these curses? By coming back to God and obeying him. That's all it takes. But they always put so much stuff in front of you where it's like it blinds you. They put them gifts up there. And those gifts destroys you. Have you doing, living, and acting a way that's not in your culture? Come on. Crime Stoppers. That's right, Brother Yahuwah. Crime Stoppers. That's what it is. Yep. And that's what they do. They call you on the phone. They call this number. You don't have to even identify yourself. We got some money for you. But that's a lie right there, because you got to tell them who you is. So they give you that money. And then they're going to rely on you, because when they talk to you, they're going to rely on you to do it again. And if you don't do it again, what do? They let you snitch. Then they go out there and they tell somebody, yeah, he a snitch. And then they kill you. You see? You can't win when you do that. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Damn if you do, death if you don't. You see? Gang recognized game. Y'all ain't recognizing game, because y'all smoking too many blunts and drinking too much and doing things. Your mind staying idle, and so many things can creep in there on you before you even know it. You don't even have a defense for it. But if you stay with this and stay in this and read this and learn this and live this, you will be all right. Come on.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 25.
Come on, my brother.
And Yahushua knew their thoughts.
He knew their thoughts.
And said unto them,
what did he say?
Every kingdom divided against itself, brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
What happens when people get divorces a lot of times? If they don't own them houses and stuff, what happens? You got to go over here with mama. They got to go over here with grandmama or buddy or somebody, because that house is divided and it cannot stand. Because nobody's in the house is showing any togetherness or any love. Everybody in the house is living for themselves. And if you live in your way, you live in this way, that house is divided, and that house is going to fall. Everybody in that house is not satisfied, because if a man going to run his house, he got to get out his mom and daddy house. You see, you can't run mom and daddy house. You got to get out, like the Bible tells us, that a man going to leave his mother, father and his mother house, and he going to be joined with his wife, and the two shall become one. That's what it's all about. It ain't about all that junk. Because if you don't like to live by the standards of the house, then you shouldn't be in that house. Because what you're going to do, you're going to cause problems. You're going to cause this brother, this sister, or whoever it is, to be against each other. And then soon, the whole house is going to be in turmoil. Mama and daddy going to be arguing. Then the house going to fall. Because it ain't on the solid foundation. Got to be on the foundation of the Most High God, Yahweh, and his son, Yahushua. Because Yahweh is the power. Got to plug up to the right source, like I tell you all the time. Come on.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 25.
Come on, sisters.
Since Yahushua knew what they were thinking,
He knew.
He said to them,
Every kingdom divided against itself
is ruined.
It's what?
Ruined. It's ruined.
And every city or household divided against itself will not last.
It won't what, sister?
Last.
Read it again for me, please.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. Since Yahushua knew what they were thinking, he said to them,
What did he say?
Every kingdom divided against itself.
Every kingdom that's divided against itself
is ruined.
It's what?
Ruined.
It's ruined.
And every city or household divided against itself will not last.
It won't last. Divisiveness don't last. Why you think our kingdom fell? Why you think the kingdom that God gave us, it failed? Why did it fall? Because of the division and the division and stuff amongst one another, the hatred, all that stuff causes our demise. Jealousy, envy, strife, all those things. Read it again, somebody.
Yes, Matthew chapter 12, verse 25.
Uh-huh.
Since Yahushua knew what they were thinking, he said to them,
what did he say?
Every kingdom divided against itself.
Every kingdom or every house that's divided against itself
is ruined.
Is ruined.
And every city or household divided against itself will not last.
It won't last. If there's division, it won't last. That's why I tell you over there in Corinthians 1 and 10. Think the same way. Because you only got one God. One word. And it can only be explained one way. If the truth is being spoken. It's hard to tell a lie on this truth. That's why the Bible tells you that we got to study to show ourselves approved so we can rightly be able to divide this word. So nobody can deceive us or anything, or we can't deceive ourselves. Come on.
Psalms chapter 133, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers.
To do what?
To dwell together in unity.
To dwell together in what?
To dwell together in unity.
Conflict.
To dwell together in unity.
To dwell together in unity. That's what God is trying to tell us. That's why he's putting all this stuff and everybody against each other, because he already knew what was going to happen before it was even written. So you know this Bible is true. Come on, my sister.
Psalm chapter 133, verse 1. See how good and pleasant it is when brothers and sisters live together in harmony.
Live together in harmony. You wouldn't have to leave out the mama, the daddy house. You wouldn't have quarreling in the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law and the father-in-law and the son-in-law and the mother and the daughter and the father and the son. You wouldn't have that stuff if everybody was living in unity. The houses would stand. The houses wouldn't fall if everybody was living in unity. Gather yourself together, brothers and sisters, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon thee suddenly and destroy you. Women around. Come on. Come on.
John chapter 14, verse 6.
Read what the Bible say, brother.
Yahushua said unto him.
What did he say?
I am the way.
What is he?
I am the way.
He's the way,
the truth,
and
the life.
No
man cometh unto the Father but by me.
But T.D. Jakes, Oprah Winfrey, and everybody, they say there's another way. But they never explain that way because it's a wicked way. And the only way that you get to know that wickedness is you got to be with the wickedness. You see? He said, I'm the way, I'm the truth, and I'm the life. He gave up his life to give you life. Now you can have that light from his life. You can have this light that's going to continue to shine, this truth, more abundantly. Don't you want to live the abundant life? I know I do. I know we do. And I hope that you do too as well. Come on, sister.
John chapter 14, verse 6. Yahweh answered him, I am the way.
He said what?
He said, I am the
He
way,
ain't saying I might be the way. He said, I am the way.
the truth, and the life.
And the what?
And the life.
And the life.
No one goes to the Father.
But what?
Except through me.
Except through me. You see? Ain't no other way.
No back door.
Ain't no back door, ain't no side door, ain't no sliding down no pole. This ain't Jack and the Beanstalk. You got to come through the Son in order to get to the Father. See, that's what they're trying to do when he confused them and everything over there in the Tower of Babel. They were trying to build a tower to get to God. What he did, he destroyed it and confused them with them different languages and stuff. Am I right about it? You see? Folks don't understand this. This stuff is serious. And nothing is new under the sun. This Bible, like I say, is very repetitive. It repeats itself over and over again, so we should know. Even our ancestors, some of them that didn't know, they knew. How they say, the math don't math. Don't work, brothers and sisters. Come on.
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31.
Come on.
But they that wait upon the Lord.
Wait upon the Lord. What it takes to wait? Patience. Come on.
Shall renew their strength.
They shall do what?
Shall renew their strength.
If you wait on the Lord, your strength is going to be renewed.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles.
Come on.
They shall run and not be weary.
You know, when you run, sometimes, what do you think them people that run the miles and stuff, they don't get tired. And they what? And they don't get weary. That's it.
And they shall walk and not faint.
And they shall walk and not get tired. See, that's what we're going on over there in the wilderness. Because they wasn't waiting on the Lord. They couldn't wait for Moses to get back with them commandments and stuff. So they did all this stupid stuff, even built a calf. Aaron, when they built a calf, they was impatient. They couldn't wait on the Lord. They that wait on the Lord, they say they're going to rise up like an eagle. They're going to run and they're going to walk and not get tired. You see? They had to have patience. See, waiting means having patience. You got to wait for the red light to change. You got to wait for the stop sign, especially the four-way stops. You got to wait, and it takes patience. If you wait on the Lord, that takes patience. And you're going to be strengthened. You're going to have power over the adversary. You're going to be able to be undefeated because you know who has you. The Most High got you. Come on.
Yes. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. Yet the strength of those who wait with hope.
Wait a minute. Lord. It say, read that again, sister.
Yet the strength of those who wait with hope.
The strength of those that wait with hope.
In the Lord.
In the Lord.
Will be renewed.
Will what?
Will be renewed.
Will be renewed.
They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and won't become weary.
They're going to run and won't become weary.
They will walk and won't grow tired.
That's what happened to them people over in the wilderness. They were tired. They was frustrated and everything because they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait.
They wanted to go back.
They wanted to go back and deal with that. We not with that, but we over here dying. That's why Pharaoh was going to let them go. But God hardened Pharaoh hard so he could show the people who he was. They didn't believe him, though, y'all. They didn't believe him. Come on, brother.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Go and get your laugh out. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
This is one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible. I got like about 6, 10 of them, but this is one of the good ones here. Come on.
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
Trust in the Lord with all your mind.
And lean not unto thy own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
Come on.
Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
Them wicked houses. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Committing evil against one another that you're supposed to love and be at peace with.
Mhm.
Supposed to be in unity with one another. Come on, sister.
Yes. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Trust the Lord with all your heart.
Trust the Lord with all your heart. You trust everybody else.
Mhm.
You trust that you got to be to work at a certain time, knowing that when you get there, the doors may not open. But you trust that when you get there, they're going to be open. See, you trust in this stuff, but you don't want to trust in the Lord. Come on.
And do not rely on your own understanding.
Don't rely on your own understanding, because you can become a fool that deceives himself.
In all your ways, acknowledge him.
In everything that you do and everything that you have, acknowledge who you got it from.
And he will make your path smooth.
And all you got to do is follow his footsteps.
Do not consider yourself wise. Fear the Lord.
Do what?
Fear the Lord
Uh-huh.
and turn away from evil.
Fear the Lord. Obey the Lord and turn away from evil.
Yep.
That's what we got to do, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, I hope that, everyone got something out of the lesson this evening. You see, I teach hard. I teach hard if it's a house full. I teach hard if it's only one or two. Because the truth must continue to go out. And with that, brothers and sisters, I say Kwam, Yasharella, Shalom, peace to Israel, and love to each and every one of you, my brothers and sisters.